Red Raiders will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Clemson Tigers offense will get the first possession of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Unloads it downfield. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Texas Tech Red Raiders offense has its first opportunity of the day. You know, David, both of these teams have a strong safety that can support the run and also disrupt them in the passing game.
I mean, it's just so nice to have a guy that's so physical, like a linebacker, but also can play like a DB. These guys are really revolutionizing defenses.
They hit people, too. They are heat-seeking missiles. Nobody wants to run over the middle of the field against these guys.
At the 35, he's loose. He's off to the races. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Red Raiders in the hurry-up.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the boot.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the returner is stopped. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just... And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, he got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Got rid of it just in time.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to the big tight end. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. The run from the shotgun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now on the option. Can't get him to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback in.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Davis. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Red Raiders will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he breaks into the open. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Looking downfield, it's Simmons. He lets one fly deep. He's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The Red Raiders come to the line in the hurry-up. Give to the back. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Holding. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Power football with the run. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Red Raiders are on the move. On the run, it's Sticky. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Back to throw, it's Strong. He's got his man. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
I don't know if that was a bust defensively, but there was nobody in the middle of the field that time, making it way too easy for the offense to pick up a chunk play in the middle.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. South Carolina was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Gamecocks performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. And on second down for this offense. The hand to the running back. Breaks the tackle. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything worked.
Off he goes. The 40. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Looking downfield at Simmons. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls fall incomplete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
On second down, looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Fires on the move. Touchdown, Clemson! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's open on the right. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. And the quarterback is snowed under. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking to pass. It's Strong. He's right on target. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Red Raiders moving quickly to the line. They'll try to get the first through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Red Raiders will line up to punt it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. He's got it down the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And that pass intercepted. Bust through behind his pad. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Line gets set, 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Gets open down the middle. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Looking for more room. At the 30. The 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Tiger. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's the give off the left side. After the filthy move, he's got room. Just enough time to get off one more snap. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Back to pass. It's strong. They're working that left side. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. They try to pop a run on the draw. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. And the Red Raiders line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the returner will be brought down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Intentional ground, open.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 2nd down coming up. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He'll take a deep shot here. Brings it in down the left side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Suddenly, after that last big play, they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the 44. They'll go back to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He fires one deep down the right side. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Finds his big tight end. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Makes his connection. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You know, this is a receiving group that practices making catches in traffic, and they're used to having guys trying to rip it free. He's got to do a better job of keeping 5 points of pressure. After he makes the catch, that's a costly giveaway.
To the ground with the back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough to the point of attack.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Red Raiders. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. And after the extra point, they trail 35-17. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Across the 45. Tackled, but he has a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that they tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Lee. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. He rifles one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That fumble in Russ territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Gets him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
They're going to run it. And the Red Raiders are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll give it to him again. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to throw, it's Strong. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. From the red zone, looking for a space. He makes the connection. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, wants to throw it. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Out of the shotgun on third down. Got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Lining up to add another.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone. You know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw on second down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
They'll ride Davis here. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. To the air. It's strong. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
I love the awareness by the defense here. Everyone thinking first down close to the goal line. The offense is going to run the football, right? But this defense was ready for the chance that the offense might throw it. So defenders playing the pass, getting upfield, getting to the QB. Awesome job.
How about the difference a week makes for this QB? Last week, man, the completion percentage way down. Just wasn't consistent, wasn't in good rhythm. Right now, looks like he's in total control, and this offense is moving at a way better pace. Looks like a completely different team from last week.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long and field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And as the ball makes its way... It'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Baylor is getting its clock cleaned today. That crowd was chanting "sick 'em" in the pregame, but they're saying some other things right now.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Got it in the middle, it's Hudson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. And the Red Raiders want to move quickly. To throw, it's strong. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Working that left side. Oh, look out, there he goes. He's at the 30. Lowers those pads. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The snap sets up the throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Red Raider. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Man, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This third down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Running toward the tape. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Red Raider. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitz. That's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Takes the easy completion. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to move it through the air. A little screen to the running back. At the 20, he's got space. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had the screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the option. He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a